Alright, well, we have an interesting little package in front of us. Yes, the hands of God have come in and we shall unbox this. What do we have? Anyone want to take a guess before I get this bubble wrap off? The name's a clue. Anyone want to take a guess now before I unveil it any further? Let's see if I can get this a bit more in focus. There we go. It's a bit of a crude way of doing things, but here we go. Any more guesses before we get to the complete reveal? If you guessed, then you are correct. It is an Accurascale 5700. Now, how have you packaged this in such a way that makes it impossible to get into? Well, not impossible per se, just a little bit more tricky. Ah, there we go. Outer sheath is gone, and then the box should just lift up. There we go. And here is the box. And here is the inbuilt leaflet. You must read the instructions on the reverse card before operating your model. Sorry, focus. It's the GWR-BR-LT Collets 5700/6760 Pannier tank. Right, that's got something on the back of it. Accurascale models can contain modern, advanced electronics that need to be used in conjunction with an equal modern controller to give the optimum performance. Commonly, older model railway DC controllers generate impure transformation of AC power to low current DC power. It is not uncommon for a 12-volt DC controller such as a H&M Clipper to give spikes over 50 volts, whilst Accurascale makes allowances and incorporates safety. For DC operating a good quality built controller in the last 20 years. For example, the ESU DCC system operates with a track voltage between 15 to 21 volts at 4 amps. So in other words, what they're trying to say is anything that's older than 20 years don't use because it's so old and unreliable it's not to modern standards. Luckily, I've got a Gauge Master analog controller for this layout at the minute, which I do plan to eventually alter into being DCC maybe in the future. And then you also get this 2-cylinder 5700 Locomotive book, and then I believe this is the interesting focus. Sorry if this will not focus, but it's basically supposed to be the functions for the decoder variant, but I don't believe this is a DCC Ready one. It's actually bought from Tony's Trains of Rugby, and I believe I only spent less than £200 on it, so it shouldn't be DCC Ready. And then the book is basically, I believe it's a history book about where the 5700 came from and so forth. I'm trying to get this to focus. There we go. Yeah, so it's got when it was withdrawn and post, like squadron services, preservation, the various liveries it's lived in. It's basically an information book about the class, which is nice. And then the little leaflet that was on the very front. Please read these instructions before operating your model. Oh. There we go. Come on, camera, focus. There we go. That's just basically saying much of the same. I'll read it out. Yeah, please take care when unpacking. Check the electrical connectivity, wheel cleaning. And then it kind of gives you the information for the undercarriage as well. So you've got how you're supposed to clean it, etc. Come on, focus, there we go. Yeah, so it kind of gives you a brief, like, it's a manual on how to actually look after the locomotive as well, and here it is. That is the Accurascale 5700. And of course we've got little bits in here, so you've got like some extra bits and pieces, which I have no idea what else is in here. Is that it? That was it. Oh, there's what looks like some tweezers or something in there. But I'll put all the extra fittings back in there for now. And then we just have, I do apologise for the watching the screen. There it is. And then there's another sleeve to come off it. And then we can start to unpack the model. I'm trying to keep that out of shot if I can. Right, now there's obviously going to be a special way to open this. Is there a sealed section? Ah, here we go. You have to pull that part up for it to then flip open. And then if I take this out of the packaging and shift that out of the way. And there we have it. A 6743. I mean, it's got some excellent detail to this model. It's got a NEM coupling on the front. Some very fine detail, so I'm trying my best not to handle this too much without it being... But yeah, I don't know if you guys can quite see that. It's better up close and personal. Yes, we have sprung buffers on it, which is nice. Now, if I go and get one of the old models I've got for comparison, I'll show you the difference. Because I just so happen to own, or at least still have in my collection, one of the original 5700s. Well, technically I don't know what number it is, because this is a very, very old Triang model. I thought I would show you for comparison. Obviously it needs like its motor renewing and everything if I was to reuse it, which I might renew it eventually. But as you can see, very low detail, because at the time there was no need for detail. People were like, well, it's just nice to have a model. And this is what the old motor used to look like. Yeah, I need to fix the, like, I'm going to replace this motor because this is the original Triang motors. As you can see, its brushes are missing. Well, I've had this since I was a child. It was handed down as like a family like inheritance thing. But you can just tell the difference by, if you look at this solid bodywork, this is just literally a, I believe it's supposed to be Triang, it should say somewhere. If one of the keen observers watching this video can see the nameplate, well, yeah. As you can tell, the nameplate has worn away because it should be here. But if you put them side by side, if I can do this without catching it on everything, you can see the difference in quality over the years and how much the manufacturing difference is. Obviously I'll put that one to one side, but yeah, there's a lot more detail. I mean, the front has more detail, the backing has more detail on it, cabs have more detail picked out on them, the lot. Oh, I was going to say, do you slide, but you don't. There are designs of this where this bit is open, so it's like not a complete full cab, which is an interesting build, but yeah. But anyway, that's the Accurascale 6743 from Accurascale. This cost me less than 200 because it's the DCC Ready one. I would have loved to have got the sound fitted one, but they sold out instantly. But anyway, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit like, and I'll see you all next time.